Hello everybody, I'm Jose Betancourt, and as always, thank you for viewing my videos. So here is the Fuji GFX 50R. This is not a review copy or unit. This is one that I spent my own money on. And a big shout out to my wife for understanding and giving me the okay. And now the only reason why I bring that up, because the GFX system, I mean pretty much any camera system you invest in, but specifically large format cameras with huge lenses like this 45mm f2.8, you're going to spend a lot of money. So this Fuji GFX system, not just the 50R, is a big investment because eventually I'm going to purchase more lenses for this. I plan to get an adapter so I could put my old vintage lenses on it. But even the adapters that cost about $20 on the Fuji X system, I've found a cheap one, or the least expensive one, for about $100. So everything for this system, this GFX system, is pretty costly. So that is the biggest deciding factor, I'm sure, for a lot of people, especially people who love the Fuji system like I do. But my initial impressions, because I've only had this for about 5 days, my initial impressions of the Fuji GFX-R is that it is, or it lives up to all the accolades that you've heard from other people who own or have used a 50 GFX system. Now, the reason why I say system is because, as we all know, the GFX 50R and 50S share the same exact sensor, same megapixels and same sensor. The body style is different, the ergonomics. Now, I've held this doing street photography in New York City without a strap. It's not overly heavy. What surprised me the most was that my Fuji X-H1 with the 90mm f2.8, f2, felt heavier than this combination right here, the Fuji GFX 50R with the 45mm f2 lens, which, by the way, is, wow, an amazing lens. People talk about the autofocus system. It's not as slow as some people say. Video wise, I have my Fuji X-H1 for that, where I can take 4K video. I have some amazing lenses for my Fuji X-H1 and my XC2 and my X Pro 1. Only reason why I brought those particular cameras out was so that you can see the size difference between this 50R and the Fuji X Pro 1 and the XH1, XE2, excuse me. So it's a little bulky. Sorry for all the noise. I have big hands, so it doesn't feel that uncomfortable holding it without a strap. But I do have these anchors right here, so I share the same strap that I do with my other cameras. It just easily anchors on. And so I use that now so that I'm a little safer, because even though I can walk around for about an hour or so comfortably holding this combination right here, I just don't want somebody to bump into me and, God forbid, I drop my brand new GFX 50R. I would cry a lot. So overall, visually, well, what this camera produces from a file standpoint, what you see when you're editing these files, you really have to see it for yourself. If you've never seen what this system can produce, it is amazing. You can crop in so much and still get an extremely sharp and you can just fool people by posting images that you initially did not intend to shoot and then you see something at a distance, and you're zooming into that, and you're cropping it, and it's coming out as if you took it on a smaller sensor. Let's say an old X Pro 1, 16 megapixels, excuse me. So it's just an amazing system when you use it right. When I initially started using this system, it took a little while, and it's only been 5 days, so I still have a lot to learn. The biggest thing I initially found out was that opening the aperture all the way to 2.8, you really have to be precise, and you have to know ahead of time what is it that you want to focus on. Because if you try to shoot a model at 2.8 fairly close up, you'll see half of her face, anything in the foreground and the background, and the rest of her face and head is going to be totally blurred out. And that's a look some people might like, but you just have to be aware of that. And that was something that on a Fuji X system, opening the aperture to, let's say, 1.4, it's totally different than doing it on a GF 45mm 2.8. Totally different. But I'm not here to school you on how to use a GFX system. I'm just here to give my initial impressions. As I'm talking, photos are going in and out. I'm extremely happy with the system. I'm extremely excited to see what I can do with it. And quite frankly, quite honestly, I'm spoiled. I really don't want to go back to using my XH1 besides video. I just want to take this Fuji GFX 50R. I want to take it everywhere. I always carry a camera in my bag when I go to work. Lately, I've been carrying this in my bag. So, and it fits in my bag comfortably. I just can't expect to realistically use my camera the way I use my XH1 or my X Pro 1. But this 50R is just a joy to use, and what comes out of it, when used correctly, is simply magical. No exaggeration there. It's just magical. So anyway, I want to keep this short. It's been a while since I've made a video. This was a good reason to come back into YouTube and to talk about this magnificent system, the GFX system. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the photos. If you happen to like them or you have a GFX system, let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys later.